Just to go back to Atlanta, Stevie, and talk a little bit about the winner. Great analysis, obviously, about what happened at the end of that race, but I don't want to discount what William Byron did. Gets his series-leading 4th victory and had to overcome a ton of adversity. Starts shortly before a restart, lap 80, where he gets penalized after the first stage for a safety violation on pits, falls into the middle of the pack, and then gets together with Corey LaJoie, spins, brings out a caution, spins across the track, and tears up a significant portion, apparently, of the underbody, although Rudy Fugle later clarified it was mainly just kind of fender damage. Like William Byron felt like he could feel it scraping the underbody, like completely off of the number 24 Chevrolet. Byron restarts 36th, again, shortly after lap 80, what turned out to be about the halfway point of this rain-shortened race, goes all the way from 36th to 1st, and seemed just dumbfounded in his post-race interview with Marty Snyder that his car was able to run this well, that once he got to the front, as he put it, it was okay. Did it surprise you how well William Byron ran after sustaining that damage in that early spin and being able to win the race?
Yeah, I was surprised because the underbodies are so sensitive. There's these vertical fencing, so it's not just this flat piece of carbon. There's this vertical fencing that kind of steers the air, and it's very important on how it steers it and the speed in which it steers it. So when you slide one sideways, that's less than ideal. When you have a flat tire, it's less than ideal. But to your point, so the best way to look at this for me is he got the free pass at lap 93. So it was a disaster. He had some damage. He was a lap down. Boom, just before lap 100, he gets the free pass. He then runs basically a 90-lap race from shotgun on the field. He pits at lap 125 for 2 tires, passes a few very important people, and then he misses some wrecks. No wreck more important than, I'm checking my notes, because I believe it was the wreck with the 48 and the 11.
Mm-hmm.
The reason, they were 8th. They were in front of William when they spun. And the reason missing that wreck and how he missed that wreck is so important is because we talk about the nuance of racing. William not only missed the wreck, but he didn't slide a tire. What that allows is for Rudy Fugle to choose not to pit. Why does that matter? Well, because, in the ensuing next kind of wave, he stays on the racetrack. His last pit stop is a lap 125 for 2 tires, and he goes from 16th to 4th. Now, that's what makes this win so good, right? Because the team made a huge mistake, put him behind. He then gets wrecked. They made their own luck. He got wrecked because he should have never been back there.
Yeah.
A lot of teams will break. Rudy and his leadership, they figured out how to get there. How do we get there from here? They never stopped racing. And really, from lap 93 to the finish, it was amazing because it was an efficient pit stop, efficient fueling, a great 2-tire call, a great call to stay out by Rudy Fugle. So that's everybody off the racetrack. And then the driver on the racetrack, who is quickly becoming a superstar with now 8 career wins in the famed 24 that Jeff Gordon won 93 times in, he is head down and digging, just doing what Rudy tells him. And all of a sudden he looks up one time for the choose and he goes, holy crap, I'm at 4th. And then he forgets that he has damage, and he forgets that he has this, and he forgets that he has all that stuff. And then we saw a superstar.
Yeah.
Then we saw a superstar win a race. And like, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
Right. And I pick on William because I'm friends with him. Then when he gets out, he's got a little bit of beard. He doesn't look like he's 20 anymore. Right. He looks like he's aging a little bit. And he is, he is quickly this is a year, in 10 years, we're going to look back and be like, damn, what year was it?
Yeah.
What year was it that William Byron won multiple races and really showed up on the scene? Because he, in my opinion, moved out of Xfinity too quickly. The business moved him up. Rick Hendrick knew it. He said, I'm not worried about it. He's my guy. William, take your time. You gave him Chad Knaus early in his life. Said, we're going to give you our most veteran guy. Chad knows what we're trying to do with you. He's not going to, beat you up for the little things, but he's going to really coach you to be a great at prepare. Like, when you look at William Byron's career, it is as put together around him as any career out there. It reminds me a little of Chase Elliott, right? Like, people forget Chase started with Rick when he was in late models and Bill, and they had this hand in building, giving Chase the opportunity to be as great as he is. William Byron, his father, has a lot to do with it. Bill, Mr. Hendrick has a lot to do with it. Dale Jr. had a lot to do with his opportunity at Junior Motorsports. And now we are seeing a driver who's young, experienced a lot of starts. He is a superstar, but he's still young. And I think Rudy allows him to be a superstar. And I think more importantly, he tells him what he needs to do and what he doesn't. You know, I think if we sat William down, I think Rudy does a really nice job of preparing William and helping William prepare. You know, it's two different things, but it's like, and I think William will do whatever it takes. And I think there's something to be said for that. Listen, they had so much success in truck and they won so quickly. What was it, like Miami, like race, I don't know, 6 or 7 together in their first year.
Yeah.
And it was clear at that point that I felt like this is going to be a group that you're going to fight through a long time. Like with the new point system and the championship race, it's really hard to say they're going to win championships and all that because so much kind of has to go your way when it matters most. But I will say this. If you said Rudy Fugle and William Byron are going to win 2 to 6 races every year for the next 6 or 7 years, I would say, yep. Like, I mean, this is a 20-win grouping, if not more. But if they just, you know, stay with it, they're going to gobble up their share of wins.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.